Katie and welcome to another Bookish adventure and happy holidays. So it is Christmas Eve today and I'm really sorry that I have not been able to sort of properly start this vlog, but these last few days have been so busy. Friday I was working, so it was my weekend off, and then pretty much I had a few bits I had to do. I had to get together loads of stuff because I was going to wrap my mum's presents at Gavin's because literally there is no place for me to do it without her being around. And then yeah, Saturday was just a nice lazy day. We watched The Witcher. It was so good. Please, seriously, hit me up in the comments. Have you watched The Witcher? What did you think? Did you like it? I'm so ready for the next series. I really am looking forward to it. My best friend was watching it at the same time. She loved it. She is obsessed with the games. Gavin really likes the games, so I was a little worried about like how it was gonna go, and I kind of had to keep saying to him, it is based off the books, not so much the game. But I loved it. I need him and the bard to be best friends forever. Like, I love it. The timeline was a little, wait, what? But then we got it and it was fine. So yeah, that was Saturday. And then Sunday my dad came down. He came down, we had breakfast, and then yeah, just like swap presents, and then off he went. So yeah, my weekend has just gone, sort of, it's just flown by. And then I couldn't do anything yesterday on Monday because during the night, well at midnight, luckily he was still awake, this thing I had on my wall like fell down, so we had to go to B&Q yesterday and go buy some corner shelves, and we tried to put one of those up. It has just been crazy. And then today is Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve, and here we are. First of all, I'm continuing reading with the Toymakers by Robert Dinsdale. I am well over halfway. I'm going to say like 60%. It is so nice listening to it on audio and reading it at the same time. It is really nice. It doesn't lose the magical quality because the girl narrating it, her voice, like, it so suits it. Like when I'm reading it, I can kind of still hear her voice. She just has that perfectly nice voice. It just really fits it. Even though I was right, the book does cover multiple years, because obviously I kind of assumed that it was going to cover the Emporium over multiple Christmases, but it is so much more than that. It's definitely, you know, more, you know, their relationships and all that stuff. But it has been really nice, and the further on it goes, it doesn't lose that magical or descriptive element. It really still retains that, which is so nice, because, you know, the whole point of this Emporium is that they make these amazing toys that come to life, and their opening night is always a massive spectacle, so it is really amazing. The only flaws for me would be characters. I know I said before that Emil and Casper, the two brothers, are very different. Casper is very much show-offy and is, yeah, that kind of person. Emil is sort of still that baby brother, still kind of, you know, no one really notices him. He isn't as gifted as Casper in making toys. And for me, there was a bit that, fine, okay, like, because it isn't really a love triangle, but it is, you know, they both kind of like her, but it's not, like, I thought more of the book was going to be spent on the sort of the vying of the relationships and this like rivalry between the brothers, because there's already this rivalry to make toys that are as good as their dads. I thought it was kind of maybe like be like that, and obviously Kathy comes there pregnant, and then she's obviously gonna drop at some point. And yeah, Casper visits her. He obviously likes her, but it seems like he's coming to see her more to show off what he's making, whereas Emil, when he goes to visit her, he's very much, it seems like, because, you know, he really does care, and he's been looking up all these books on how to help her give birth and what to, like, it's stuff like that. And I really feel like Kathy just takes all of that for granted, because when the time comes, she is only interested in Casper. She is only interested in having him there with her. But then there's Emil there, like, we need this, like trying to take charge, and it's quite sad, 'cause I feel like she just very much dismisses him, and even after it she doesn't seem grateful for the help of it. And we've now come, I think, like 7 years on now, and their relationship just isn't really just kind of what I would have liked. So I find that really disappointing. Unfortunately, Emil hasn't grown up in those 7 years. He can still be quite babyish and tantrumish, which is quite sad. I kind of hoped there was going to be a bit more flourishing in him. But as a whole, apart from that, the storytelling is just so magical. It is so beautiful. I'm so glad. I know I've said this before, but I really am glad that I've kept it for December, because just it's such Night Circus vibes. You know, it is just beautifully descriptive, and the toys that come to life and the toys that they make. And although it is balanced out with they're at a time when they're going to war, it is balanced out like so nice. Just everything about this Emporium is just magical and wonderful, and it kind of makes me wish that not that I had been born back then, but that whole things like that are just so much more special. I guess for our generation it would have been Toys R Us, but I never spent that much time in there. But yeah, it's a very beautiful way of storytelling, and I absolutely love it. So Christmas Eve, I wanted to show you the books that I bought people for Christmas. So this should be fine. By the time this goes up, I should have seen all these people, except for Stevie. So Stevie, if you're watching this, y'all need to leave, but I doubt you are, so it's fine. But covering my bases here. So first of all, for Alice, The Electrical Venus by Julie Mayhew. I had like never heard of this book before. I went like scouring on her wish list, seeing what books books. So I like to be able to get her books as well, because who doesn't want books for Christmas? I will read you the synopsis. It's hard to earn your keep in the filth and thrill of a travelling sideshow in Georgian England. But when Dr. Fox, a gentleman stranger, joins the fair, Mim gets top billing at last as the electrical Venus. Now each night, men jostle to pay a penny and receive an electrifying kiss from her lips. But is this starring role her true value? Is love worth more than a penny? When love comes, does it feel like a spark? This sounds really interesting, actually. I did sort of like look up some reviews just because I was kind of interested in, and I like the whole kind of, why has the colouring suddenly warmed up on my camera? I was really concerned because it was really quite pale, and now I've looked up, I'm like, I've caught a tan. Okay, well that's annoying. That's gonna really bug me in editing, sorry. Yeah, when I looked up, it just sounded really interesting because the only really circus book I've read is obviously The Night Circus, and I hold that in very high regard. But I love that kind of idea of like a travelling show, and this seems really cool because it obviously seems like they do actually have a magical ability. So maybe this is like a travelling show of actual magical characters. Now for Gavin, he actually saw this when we went out shopping the other day, and he picked it up and I was like, oh, that's nice, put it back. But luckily he did, because I would have been so upset. Look how gorgeous this cover is. Game of Thrones, A Guide to Westeros and Beyond, the complete series. So I know he wants to read the books, whether he actually will, I don't know. So yeah, this covers all 8 series. I keep staring at this cover. I kind of want to keep this book for myself, because what I love is that in the roots it's got lots of bones, and then you've got the house sigils along the top. See, let me get you in for a close-up. House sigils all along the top, and then coming up you've got the bones in the roots, and then the house sigils along the bottom, and then again on the back you've got a banner running across, which is the same as the front, and again you've got the house sigils once more. I love this bag. It is so pretty looking. So yeah, it covers all 8, and I sort of just had a general flick through just to kind of get an idea. And yeah, literally, so you know, it is covering characters. Sorry, Hodor, I'm sorry. Covering characters. I think covers like characters together, so like Sansa and Littlefinger, and then also, oh my god, my baby Khal Drogo, and then also the actual places, so like the north and stuff. So it really does, I think, cover quite a lot, and you know, he really loved this series, so did Craig. I mean, we all did. It was fantastic. My lighting's gone cold again. And then finally for Stevie, Guillermo del Toro, At Home with Monsters. This book, again, this cover, woo, so gorgeous, kind of Victorian style to it, and then you've got like his main monsters, and then him. I love the scroll work, and then again on the back as well. I can't see, so I really hope this is all in frame. Yeah, it is like gorgeous. So basically this book is in 2 halves, and the first half is sort of inside his bleak house, and it is all the things that he has collected. I think it's like called Collecting Monsters, I think, the first part was, yeah, Collecting Monsters. And then the second half of this is looking at the influences of what has like in the monsters that have inspired him growing up, because I know growing up he was very much into like horror and into that stuff. So it is full of stuff. It is full of like drawings and diagrams, and I think from films that he's watched from. I love this one, this cool drawing of, I guess, an early Hellboy would be my guess. So it's like literally it's stuff from like his notebooks that he's got collected. I think it's really cool because his house in itself is like a museum, and then yeah, it's got these gorgeous illustrated pages which are just stunning, which really match really nicely to the cover. But yeah, all of it is just super cool. I am gonna love you and leave you right now. I need to wrap Gavin's presents, and when I say I need to wrap Gavin's presents, my mom's gonna wrap them because she really loves wrapping and she's really good at it. We're gonna watch Arthur Christmas because of course you have to, it is Christmas. Vicar Dibley's on tonight. Yeah, I got home and mum was watching some film on Netflix called Klaus or Claus, must be Claus, I don't know. I've never heard of it. It's an animation, and I was like, I don't know what this is. So like 10 minutes in, I'm suddenly really invested. So I was like, can we pause this so I can watch it when I'm done filming? Thanks. hope you have a great time, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, or whatever you do and don't celebrate, and basically just have a kick-ass time. Just eat lots, drink lots, and be very merry. If you enjoyed this video, then smash that like button. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. Seriously, The Witcher, just saying. And if you're new, hello, hit that subscribe button and join me on more bookish ventures to come next year. Exciting! I hope you have a good one, and I will see you next week.